So let me fast forward now from your time as a law clerk to your arrival back at the Supreme Court as a brand new justice. What was it like to go back there? Were you welcomed? Were you hazed? Were you things that seemed new or familiar?
Well, you know, a little bit of both, or all of the above. The first
Did
thing...
they haze you?
Okay, I'll tell you how they hazed me. This is true. So, there's a very particular rule for the junior justice. The junior justice is the junior justice. Everybody refers to the junior justice as the junior justice. And you have a couple of different jobs associated with that. The first is they put you in the cafeteria committee. It's not a very big cafeteria, so this is really just the opportunity that they have to just kind of haze you all the time, actually. Like, oh no, lady, this food isn't very good.
Okay, that counts.
And doesn't that count? And here's the second thing, is when we go into conference, it's just the 9 of us. We don't bring in any clerks, any assistants. The clerk of the court doesn't come in. It's only the 9 of us. So somebody has to do two things. The first is that somebody has to take notes so that you can then go out and tell people what just happened. And I take notes. That's the junior justice's job. The other thing is that the junior justice has to answer the door when there's a knock on the door. I mean, literally, if there's a knock on the door and I don't hear it, there will not be a single other person who will move. They'll just all stare at me. Until I figure out, oh, I guess somebody knocked on the door. And these two jobs, the kind of notes taking and the door opening, you can see how they can get in the way of each other, right? Because
Even one sounds like a lot.
and some of my colleagues, I mean, so you might say, what do people knock on the door for? Like, why does anybody knock on the door? It's like, knock, knock. I'm not good at name names. Justice X forgot his glasses. Knock, knock. Justice Y forgot her coffee. You know, and so there I am, hopping up and down. I think that's a form of hazing, don't you?
I 100% agree.
Yeah. But you know what was funny was really when I mean, all that said, the warmth with which I was greeted by all my colleagues was really striking to me. And here's my first indication of that. My confirmation vote happened in the middle of the afternoon here in the United States in July. And the reason I say here in the United States was that the Chief Justice was in Australia at the time. So whatever it was here, it was 3 in the morning there. And literally, the moment that vote occurred, and I watched it in the Solicitor General's office with all my colleagues there, and one of the assistants came into the room and said, the Chief Justice is on the line for you. I mean, it was like that. And he just sort of said, you know, just wanted to be the first to welcome you aboard and to congratulate you. And he said to me, he said, you know, I guess we're going to be spending the next 25 years together. Which is a little bit scary, really. But I said, really, only 25? Really? But he and everybody else has been sort of warm and welcoming from the start, and really, in a way that I think really is to the great credit of the institution. And it is a great institution. When you say, what did it seem like when I got back? One of the things it seemed like was that in a way, how little it changed. I had clerked there about 25 years earlier. But it was still like remarkably the same institution, using the same processes and procedures. I mean, sometimes almost a little bit laughably, in that 25 years, there's been a kind of communications revolution. It seems to have passed the Supreme Court by a little bit. But also in really great ways, that the institution just operates really efficiently, really collegially. I was, when the first day on the job, the Chief Justice came and he met me and took me all around to all the different offices in the court, the clerk's office and the library, the publications unit, and, you know, all the staff that makes the place run. And in every single place I went into, somebody said, "Oh, I remember you from when you were a clerk." You know? And these people had, because it's a great place to work, I was a little bit nervous about that too, you know, because I like them, you know. So it didn't seem very surprising in the way it all operated, and just warm and welcoming.